When it comes to anxiety, stress, overwhelm, and even despair and hopelessness, one of the big things that's going to contribute to that is hesitation, is being a procrastinator, is not making the important, big, bold decisions in your life. So for example, let's say that you are in a job that you don't like your career, or you don't like who you're working for. But making a move, whether that's within the company or outside of the company, or even to a completely different industry and a completely different career change, that's big, it's bold, it's scary, it's risky. And so because you're afraid to make that decision and you're afraid to make the wrong decision, then as a result, you make no decision. And in life, making no decision is almost every single time infinitely worse than making the wrong decision. Because making the wrong decision is almost never catastrophic, right? Making the wrong decision, there's not one single wrong decision that you make in your lifestyle that causes death. There's not one single wrong decision that you make in your business that causes the entire business to collapse, right? It's the accumulation of hesitation, procrastination, and not stepping up to the plate when life demands it. And when you put things off, when you delay, when you hesitate, when you procrastinate, then you slowly accumulate more and more of a life that's out of your control, that you're frustrated with, that you're unhappy with. Before you know it, you're in a dead-end job, you don't like it, but you've been tolerating it because you're afraid to make that important decision. You've been tolerating an abusive boss or a career that you just fundamentally completely unhappy with. People do the same thing in relationships. People do the same thing in so many areas of their life, and then more and more and more time passes by and they wake up one day and they say, what the hell happened to my life? Why is everything so difficult? Why is nothing going my way? Why is everything frustrating? And they start blaming. They start blaming other people. They start blaming their boss or their spouse or their colleagues. But fundamentally, it's because they've not been making all of those important decisions that have been along the way. They've been hesitating, they've been putting it off, they've been convincing themselves that it's either going to resolve itself at some point in the future by itself, or they'll figure it out someday. They're not stepping up to the plate. And so it's really important that we practice being bold, decisive action takers, taking fast action, making fast decisions, and seeing those decisions through. And sometimes you're going to make the wrong decision, but as they say, if you want faster success, fail faster. Right? Failure, as they say, is not the opposite of success, it's part of success. So make those decisions, make those mistakes, make those failures, and learn from them so that you can actually move forwards. Because a series of wrong decisions ultimately is going to end up with a career that you absolutely love at the end of the day, because you've got insight, you've got clarity. You've taken those different paths that you needed to take in order to make those mistakes, in order to get that clarity on what you're truly passionate about, so that you can find and discover and create the job or the business or the career that you love. And it's the same in your relationships. But if you keep bumbling your way through life, indecisive, procrastinating, then years are going to go by, you won't have that level of insight, and then you'll be frustrated why you haven't found your purpose yet, or why you haven't found your soulmate yet. And so start taking bold, decisive action today. Start exercising this habit on a daily basis.